Rest in peace, Kevin Conroy, the voice of Batman. What is up, everybody? JT Dangerously here once again. I am back to do my official AEW's Full Gear 4 2022 predictions. Now, Full Gear 4 happens this Saturday, live on pay-per-view, Bleacher Report Live, and Fight TV from the Prudential Center, known as The Rock, home of my New Jersey Devils in Newark, New Jersey. Now, this card for Full Gear 4 this year for AEW, folks, it is unbelievably stacked and unbelievably loaded from top to bottom. Now, as of right now, we have 8 fantastic matches with 5 big titles on the line. So I am extremely excited to do my Full Gear 4 predictions for you guys this year, and I hope you guys do enjoy. Now, our record coming into Full Gear 4 this year after our last AEW pay-per-view, which was all the way back in May of this year at Double or Nothing 4 in Vegas, we went 10-3. So our overall record coming in is 144, 45-1. So we're coming in extremely hot when it comes to AEW pay-per-view predictions on the channel, because ever since AEW started, we have never had a losing record in any AEW pay-per-view prediction on the channel, and I'm looking to keep it that way. So in this video, we will continue this amazing winning streak we are on right now. We're on an unprecedented 22 pay-per-view winning streak, the longest winning streak on my channel, and hopefully in this video, we will make it 23 in a row. Hopefully. Now, this is the 5th video of a combined and massive 6 video day on the channel today, guys. So, hope you guys are able to watch this video and all the fantastic videos we got on deck on the channel on this massive month of November this year. And as always, show your support the channel as always, guys, by watching these videos, super kicking those like buttons, hitting that notification bell, and commenting your picks and your opinions in the comment sections down below. Now, if this is your first time watching my channel today, guys, as a first-time viewer, this is your first video. Boy, pick the good one if you're a huge fan of All Elite Wrestling like myself, and you're ready for Full Gear 4 this year from The Rock in Newark, New Jersey. Welcome to the Dangerous Alliance. I'm JT Dangerously. Welcome to the club, because this club is just two. Woo woo! Again, thank you guys so very much. Now, other than that, let's get right into my Full Gear 4 predictions. Now, if they do add any other matches to this card, which I know they will, I'll have them all in the comment section down below, but I'm going to do the fantastic 8 matches that have already been determined. Let's start off with the first matchup. It is for the TBS Championship. Starting off with the challenger. She is the former AEW Women's Champion looking to become the next TBS Champion. She'll be accompanied by Vicky Guerrero and Marina Shafir, and if you know her music, you'll know who I'm talking about. She is the native beast, Nyla Rose, and Nyla Rose is challenging the first ever reigning and defending undisputed and undefeated TBS champion, and if you know her music, you'll know who I'm talking about.
A storm is coming.
She is Jade Cargill. Now, starting off with Nyla Rose first, this is a golden opportunity, a chance to become the first woman to give Jade Cargill a loss in AEW, and looking to become the first woman in AEW history to hold the AEW Women's Championship and the TBS Championship as well. But this matchup is definitely big for Nyla Rose, because she has been playing mind games with Jade Cargill. I think the first woman to ever be playing mind games against the champion. And Nyla Rose is looking to walk out of Newark the TBS champion. But it ain't going to be easy. There's how you have the undefeated first ever TBS champion Jade Cargill looking to continue her reign as the first TBS champion. And she's looking to make her 15th title defense a successful one. Now, Jade Cargill has beaten the world. She is already 41-0 in AEW, the only undefeated wrestler in AEW right now. But I think this is her stiffest and toughest test as TBS champion, because yes, she has beaten bigger women just like Willow Nightingale, but Nyla Rose is on a different level. Nyla Rose is very athletically for her size, but Jade Cargill is looking to show that she is that bitch, and she is looking to remain undefeated and go 42-0 and walk out of Newark still the TBS champion. So coming from me in this first matchup for the TBS championship, I am going to go with that bitch Jade Cargill to retain the TBS title by any means and go 42-0 and defeat the native beast Nyla Rose. And now next matchup, it is for the AEW Women's Championship. Starting off with the challenger. She is a former two-time Rev Pro British Women's Champion. She is a former Goddess of Stardom Tag Team Champion with Top Guy Gene B. Priestley. And she is a former SWA Champion in Stardom. And she is looking to finally become the AEW Women's Champion. And if you know her music, you'll know who I'm talking about. Haters gonna hate, bitch. She is Jamie Hayter, and Jamie Hayter is challenging the 6th reigning and defending AEW Women's Champion. It is indeed Toni time because she is Toni Storm. Now, this is only the second one-on-one meeting between Jamie Hayter and Toni Storm. Toni Storm won the last meeting over Jamie Hayter all the way back in May of this year in the first round of the Women's Owen Hart Tournament. So this is the much-anticipated rematch. Now, starting off with Jamie Hayter first, this is a golden opportunity, a chance to become the next AEW Women's Champion and finally bring some legitimacy to the Women's Championship. And with the backing of Rebel and Dr. Britt Baker DMD, Hayter is looking to get it done here and put Toni Storm down with the Hayter Maker, the Ripcord Rainmaker. There inside you have the champion, Toni Storm, looking to continue her reign as the AEW Women's Champion, and she's looking to make her 4th title defense a successful one. Now, Toni Storm won this belt at All Out in Chicago in September after Thunder Rosa was forced to vacate the title, but AEW has problems with the interim shit, so Toni Storm is holding the interim AEW Women's Championship till Thunder Rosa comes back. But for me, Thunder Rosa vacated the belt when she was hurt. So officially, Toni Storm, in my opinion, is the AEW Women's Champion. And history at Full Gear makes Toni Storm a heavy favorite because here's a Full Gear 4 dangerous fact. The AEW Women's Championship has never changed hands at Full Gear. Champions here are 3-0. So will Jamie Hayter be the first woman to break this long dominant streak for AEW Women's Champions here at Full Gear? Or will Toni Storm continue the dominance for AEW Women's Championships here and walk out still the AEW Women's Champion? So coming from me in this huge showdown for the AEW Women's Championship, this is a tough one because I love Jamie Hayter. I've been watching Jamie Hayter since her days in Stardom with Hideo Tai and with her tag teaming with the B. Priestley, the Top Guy Gene. And she's got to be the hottest woman in wrestling right now in AEW. I mean, the fans love her. And I wouldn't be shocked if she walks out the AEW Women's Champion. But coming from me, this company always seems to do interim AEW Women's Champion versus the current AEW Women's Champion to crown an undisputed AEW Champion. And I just feel like they're going to go in that same path with Toni Storm versus Thunder Rosa as soon as Thunder Rosa comes back. So coming from me, as much, and I mean as much as I want to see Jamie Hayter win this, I am going to go with Toni Storm to retain the AEW Women's Championship by any means and defeat Jamie Hayter. And now next matchup, it is a huge tag team showdown. On one side, first, he will be accompanied by his best friend, the Guru Sanjay Dutt, and one in a billion Satnam Singh. He is the former, longest reigning, former two-time Ring of Honor World Champion. He is a Grand Slam winner in Ring of Honor, and he's indeed the franchise. And if you know his music, you'll know who I'm talking about. He is Jay Lethal, and his partner is making his AEW pay-per-view debut. He is a former multiple-time NWA World Champion. He was the founder of TNA Wrestling, and he is and forever will be the King of the Mountain. He is a WWE Hall of Famer. He is the last outlaw, Jeff Jarrett. And their opponents, they are the Brothers in Paint, consisting of the former TNT champion Darby Allin and the Icon Sting. Now, this thing has been brewing ever since Jay Lethal and Darby Allin have been facing off against each other, and Jay Lethal said he knows Darby Allin's weakness. And that came on the fact of the last outlaw, Jeff Jarrett, who nailed Darby Allin with his signature guitar. And we all know the history between Jeff Jarrett and Sting, so this matchup was almost bound to happen. So coming from me in this huge tag team grudge matchup, I'm hoping we see the spot that I remember all the way back at Bound for Glory in 2006 with Jeff Jarrett nailing Sting with a guitar and Sting no-selling it and going crazy. So I'm hoping that spot happens, but coming from me, I'm going to go with the Brothers in Paint, Darby Allin, and the Icon Sting to get it done here and defeat the squad of Jeff Jarrett and Jay Lethal by any means. And our next matchup, it is a one-on-one grudge match, and it's going to be fought inside a steel cage on one side. He'll be accompanied by the instant classic Christian Cage, and he is Christian Cage's right hand of destruction, and if you know his music, you'll know who I'm talking about. He is Luchasaurus, and his opponent is one half of the former AEW Tag Team Champions with Luchasaurus, and he is Jungle Boy Jack Perry. Now, this is only the second one-on-one meeting between Luchasaurus and Jungle Boy. Luchasaurus won the last meeting over Jungle Boy all the way back on AEW Dynamite in Toronto, Ontario, Canada on October 12th of this year. So this is the much anticipated rematch, but this time it's in a steel cage. Now, starting off with Luchasaurus, this is a big matchup for him, and the fact that this matchup is going to be in a steel cage gives Luchasaurus a huge advantage, because we all know dinosaur in cages don't really mix well, but if you're a wrestler that's a dinosaur in a cage match, you can do some heavy damage. And with Christian Cage in his corner, Luchasaurus is looking to put down his former best friend and former tag team partner down here. There inside you have Jungle Boy Jack Perry looking to get his revenge against the right hand of destruction, Luchasaurus, his former best friend. And for me, this matchup is a must-win for Jungle Boy, because if Jungle Boy wins this match, he could finally get that one-on-one match against Christian Cage after what Christian Cage has been saying about his late father Luke Perry and his mom. So this matchup is almost a must-win for Jungle Boy if he wants to get his hands on Christian Cage one-on-one. So coming from me in this steel cage grudge match, when it comes to steel cage matches in AEW, they do not miss. So I have a good feeling this one's going to be a banger. But coming from me, I am going to go with Jungle Boy Jack Perry to get it done and defeat the right hand of destruction, Luchasaurus, by any means in a steel cage banger. And our next matchup, it is a fatal four-way match for the Ring of Honor World Championship. Starting off with the challengers. First, he is representing the Jericho Appreciation Society, and he is the former and only three-time TNT champion looking to become the next Ring of Honor champion. He'll be accompanied by his wife, Ty Mello. He is the Spanish God, Sammy Guevara. Next, he is representing the Blackpool Combat Club, and he is a former Ring of Honor Pure Champion and a former Ring of Honor World Champion looking to regain the gold for the first time in years. And if you know his music, you'll know who I'm talking about. Yes, yes, yes. I'm gonna kick your motherfucking head in. 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 He is the American Dragon, Bryan Danielson. Next, he is also representing the Blackpool Combat Club, and he is the former Ring of Honor World Champion looking to regain the gold here. And if you know his music, you'll know who I'm talking about. He is the Swiss cyborg, the king of swing, Claudio Castagnoli, and all three of these challengers are challenging the only man in World Wrestling Federation history to defeat The Rock and Stone Cold Steve Austin in the same night to become the first ever undisputed World Wrestling Federation champion. He is a record-setting former 9-time Intercontinental champion, a former IWGP Intercontinental champion, and he was the very first former AEW World Champion. And he is the 37th and reigning and defending undisputed Ring of Honor champion. He is the Ocho, the leader of the Jericho Appreciation Society. He is Chris Jericho. Now, this matchup I really thought was going to be the main event of Final Battle on December the 10th for Ring of Honor. But hey, I'm happy we're getting it here at Full Gear because you got three talented challengers. You got Sammy Guevara representing the Jericho Appreciation Society. You got two members of the Blackpool Combat Club and Bryan, Danielson, and Claudio. This is a very good Ring of Honor Championship matchup, and it's got to be Jericho's toughest and stiffest test. But you have Danielson looking to regain the Ring of Honor title for the first time since his early days in Ring of Honor. You got Claudio Castagnoli looking to regain the title that he lost. He lost to Chris Jericho, I think, in Toronto. And Sammy Guevara is just there to make sure Jericho walks out still the Ring of Honor champion. Then you have the Ocho himself, Chris Jericho, looking to continue his reign as the Ring of Honor champion, the Ring of Jericho champion. And he's looking to make his 5th title defense a successful one. Now, I gotta say this. I know a lot of people don't like Chris Jericho, but Chris Jericho's Ring of Honor champion has been fan-fucking-tastic. I mean, yes, he took out Bobby Cruz with the Jericho effect. He's been taking out former Ring of Honor champions left and right. He almost got to Ian Riccaboni a couple weeks ago. He's taken on all comers, former Ring of Honor champions like Bandito, like Dalton Castle, like Colt Cabana. He's taken on all comers, and the fact that at his age, he's just continuing to reinvent himself, and he is the Ocho. He's the wizard. He's the best in the world at what he does, and he's looking to walk out of Full Gear still the Ring of Jericho champion. So coming from me in this massive fatal 4-way match for the Ring of Honor World Championship, this one's going to be good. I would not be shocked whoever wins this goes on the Final Battle to face Jericho. It's going to be either Jericho retaining or I think Bryan Danielson winning the Ring of Honor title. So coming from me, I am going to go with the Ocho himself, Chris Jericho, to retain the Ring of Jericho Championship by any means and defeat Claudio Castagnoli, the American Dragon Bryan Danielson, and the Spanish God Sammy Guevara. And our next matchup, it is for the AEW Tag Team Championships. Starting off with the challengers. They are the former AEW Tag Team Champions looking to regain the gold here. And if you know their music, making their theme debut on the channel, you'll know who I'm talking about. They are Whose House, Swerve's House, Shane Strickland, and the Limitless One, Keith Lee. They are Swerve in Our Glory. And Swerve in Our Glory are challenging the 9th reigning and defending AEW Tag Team Champions, the hottest team in AEW, and the biggest fan favorite tag team in AEW's history. They will be accompanied by Daddy Ass, and if you know their music, making their theme debut on the channel, you'll know what I'm talking about. The Acclaimed, top of the chain, so I let you know the name. Getting all the fans entertained. Yo, running in the game and we listen. Everybody saying that they want to listen. They are Platinum Max Caster and Anthony Bowens, The Acclaimed have arrived. Scissor me, daddy ass. Now, this is only the third one-on-one meeting between Swerve and Our Glory and the Acclaimed. The series is tied 1-1. So whoever wins this will walk out the AEW Tag Team Champions. Now, Swerve and Our Glory last defeated the Acclaimed all the way back at All Out 4 in Chicago. So the Swerve and Our Glory looking to defeat the Acclaimed for the first time in over 3 months. And the Acclaimed's last victory over Swerve and Our Glory happened in September at Dynamite Grand Slam in Queens. Now, Swerve and Our Glory earned this opportunity by defeating FTR, and they are now getting a second opportunity at the AEW Tag Team Championships. But for me, this could be the final time we see Swerve and Our Glory as a tag team, because we've seen the cracks starting to form, especially with Sneaky Swerve, what he did to Daddy Ass a couple weeks ago, and with Keith Lee not knowing. Swerve is definitely looking to become a full-time heel, and Keith Lee is looking to become a big-time babyface. So for me, this could be the final time we see Swerve and Our Glory as a tag team. And history at Full Gear makes Swerve and Our Glory heavy underdogs. Their side, you have the fan favorite, the Acclaim, looking to continue their reign as the AEW Tag Team Champions, and they're looking to make their third title defense a successful one. Now, I gotta say it. The Acclaim are one of my favorite tag teams in AEW. They're a huge, and I mean a massive fan favorite tag team. And with the company with Daddy Ass, this whole all elite wrestling scissoring, we saw that, the whole scissor me timbers, and this tag team is definitely homegrown, and they are already so over with the fans, and they're so over as a homegrown AEW tag team to now being a fan favorite tag team. And history at Full Gear makes the Acclaim heavy favorites, because here's a Full Gear 4 dangerous fact. The AEW Tag Team titles have been defended 4 times at Full Gear. The titles have only changed hands once. AEW Tag Team Champions here at Full Gear are 2-1. Now, the last time the AEW Tag Team titles were successfully defended here was with the Lucha Brothers last year, and the last team to win the AEW Tag Team titles here at Full Gear was when FTR defeated the Young Bucks in I think they defeated Hangman Page and Kenny Omega all the way back in 2020. So coming from me in this huge rubber matchup for the AEW Tag Team titles, like I said, I think Swerve and Our Glory are going to be breaking up really soon, and I think this will be the straw that breaks the camel's back. So coming from me, I'm going to go with the boys, the Acclaim, to retain the AEW Tag Team titles by any means and defeat Swerve and Our Glory. Scissor me, daddy ass! And now, next matchup. It is a one-on-one grudge match on one side. She is making her return to the ring for the first time in over 5 years. She was the first ever NXT Women's Champion, a former 2-time Divas Champion, and she is making her AEW pay-per-view debut. She is the returning Saraya, aka Paige. And her opponent is the former AEW Women's Champion, and she's looking to prove that this is her division. And if you know her music, you'll know who I'm talking about, baby. Doctor will see you now. She is Dr. Britt Baker, DMD. Baby. Now, this has been maybe the most interesting grudge match on this card, because you got Saraya, who is making her return to professional wrestling for the first time in 5 years. This is her first pay-per-view match since the TLC 2015, over 7 years ago, and she's looking to get her first win on pay-per-view for the first time since SummerSlam of 2014, over 8 years ago, when she defeated AJ Lee for the Divas Championship. But the fact that Saraya is in AEW is huge. It's a huge signing for this company and Tony Khan. And the fact that Saraya is clear to go. I mean, she hasn't wrestled since December 25th of 2017. That was her last match on television, again, 5 years ago on Monday Night Raw. And then after that, she was gone. She was gone with a neck injury. She became a manager for the Kabuki Warriors, but she never got back into the ring. But the fact that she's back in professional wrestling, and it's been the year of comebacks for wrestlers that are thought to be done. I mean, who thought Katsuyori Shibata was going to come back this year after that classic he had in 2017 against Okada? Everybody thought his career was over. But now Shibata's back, and now Saraya's back, and she's looking to come back on a good note, and she's looking to win her first pay-per-view match in nearly 8 long years. Their side, you have Dr. Britt Baker, DMD, baby, looking to show Saraya that she is the top woman in the AEW Women's Division. And this is Dr. Britt Baker's biggest match in her entire AEW career. Sure, she's had classic matches with Hikaru Shida, with Toni Storm, with Thunder Rosa, but this is a whole different monster. Saraya hasn't wrestled in 7 years, so you know there's going to be rust, but Dr. Britt Baker is looking to prove that AEW's Women's Division is hers, and you're going to have to beat her to stop her. So coming from me in this one-on-one grudge match between these two women, this one's going to be good. But I'm so happy to see Saraya back in the ring. Paige, I loved her back when she was in the WWE. I think the youngest Divas champion in WWE history, the first ever NXT Women's Champion. The NXT Women's Championship wouldn't be what it is if it wasn't for Saraya being the first champion. So this one's going to be very special. But coming from me, I'm going to go with Saraya to win her first match on pay-per-view in over 8 years and defeat Dr. Britt Baker, DMD, by any means in a banger. And now it's time for the main event. It is the biggest main event in AEW, and it is for the AEW Championship. Starting off with the challenger. He is the man that won the casino ladder match at All Out in Chicago in September, and he's looking to cash this chip in and finally become the next AEW champion. And he's looking to make my 10-month guarantee that I made about him come true. He is the man that says he's better than you and you know it. He is the salt of the earth, and if you know his music, you'll know who I'm talking about. He is the devil, Maxwell Jacob Freeman, MJF. And MJF is challenging the former 2-time IWGP United States champion, and he is the 8th reigning and defending and the first ever 3-time AEW World Champion. He is representing the Blackpool Combat Club, and he'll be accompanied by his lordship, Lord Steven Regal. And if you know his music, you'll know who I'm talking about. Jon Moxley. Now, this is only the second one-on-one meeting between Maxwell Jacob Freeman MJF and Death Rider Jon Moxley. Jon Moxley won the last meeting over MJF all the way back at All Out 2 in September of 2020. So these two have not met each other in 2 long years. Now, starting off with the devil himself, Maxwell Jacob Freeman MJF, this is his biggest opportunity today. His first AEW Championship title opportunity in over 2 years, and he is coming in easily the hottest wrestler in AEW. And this matchup is extremely important to me because I made a guarantee on January 5th of this year that MJF would either be the TNT champion or the AEW champion before 2022 ended. And folks, 2022 is not over yet, and this guarantee is 10 months in the making. And MJF is looking to walk out of Newark, the new AEW champion, and make this guarantee come true. But history at Full Gear makes MJF a heavy underdog. Their side, you have Jon Moxley looking to continue his amazing run as the first ever 3-time AEW champion, and he's looking to make his 3rd title defense a successful one. Now, Moxley won the belt from CM Punk at All Out, and we all know what happened with CM Punk after that. But Jon Moxley has been the face of AEW. I mean, he's the only 3-time AEW champion, and him being part of the Blackpool Combat Club with Lord Steven Regal, this matchup is definitely big. And history at Full Gear makes Jon Moxley a heavy favorite. Now, here's a Full Gear 4 dangerous fact. The AEW Championship has been defended 4 times at Full Gear. The AEW titles only changed hands once here. The AEW champions here are 2-1. Now, the last time the AEW title was successfully defended here at Full Gear was in 2020 when Jon Moxley retained it. And the last time the AEW title was defended and lost was last year when Hangman Adam Page finally defeated Kenny Omega. So will MJF make my 10-month guarantee of him being the AEW champion before 2022 come true? Or will Jon Moxley once again overcome the odds and walk out of Newark still the AEW champion? So coming from me in this colossal and massive main event match for the AEW championship, I made that guarantee January 5th of this year, and I am a man of my word. So coming from me, I am going to go with the man I guaranteed would be AEW champion before 2022 ended, and that is the devil himself, Maxwell Jacob Freeman MJF, to become the new AEW champion and defeat Death Rider Jon Moxley in an absolute banger. And those are my AEW's Full Gear 4 2022 predictions. I want to thank you guys so very much for watching this video today. Comment below. Who do you see winning this massive main event match for the AEW championship? Do you see my guarantee coming true and seeing MJF be the AEW champion? Or do you see Jon Moxley winning? Who do you see winning that huge match between Saraya and Dr. Britt Baker DMD? Who do you see winning that steel cage match between Luchasaurus and Jungle Boy Jack Perry? Who do you see walking out the AEW Tag Team Champions between Swerve and Our Glory and the Acclaimed? Who do you see winning the TBS Championship between Nyla Rose and Jade Cargill? And who do you see walking out the AEW Women's Champion between Jamie Hayter and Toni Storm? Let me know all of your picks in the comment section. Let's have a conversation about it. Of course, I'm always on to see your comment, like it, and of course reply right back to because comments and your opinions are absolutely always welcome on this channel. Now, I do want to thank you guys so very much for watching my AEW's Full Gear 4 2022 predictions today. Again, thank you guys so very much for all the support. Truly blessed to have you guys part of this dangerous alliance. Now, before you guys go, as always, you guys can never forget to do this. That like button, comment, share with your friends. Of course, super kick that like button like only you guys can. Of course, guys can never forget to do this as well. That subscribe button to become part of this bigger and dangerous alliance. We're getting dangerously close to 1,100 subscribers on the channel, guys. So if you guys are not subscribed to the channel yet, what are you guys waiting for? If you're a fan of professional wrestling when it comes to New Japan Pro Wrestling, All Elite Wrestling, WWE, and Ring of Honor, and you're a fan of professional sports when it comes to the NBA, the NHL, Major League Baseball, the NFL, college football, and hopefully in 2023, the XFL, super kick that subscribe button, folks. It's free, and you become part of this bigger, dangerous alliance. And I will see you guys later tonight for my Week 11 NFL predictions. Later days, guys. Stay dangerous, and peace.